Parliament's back in session. We also learned this week that inflation is up again to a whopping 4%. It was just 2 months ago when the Finance Minister, Chrystia Freeland, was doing victory laps that she stopped inflation. Just 2 months after that, inflation went up by 43%. This means that there's a risk of interest rates rising once again. If you took out a 5-year, $500,000 variable rate mortgage in 2021, you're paying up to $24,000 a year more on interest payments alone. It was around that time when the finance minister was saying, borrow as much as you want. Interest rates will be low for a very long time. What borrowers didn't expect was for this same finance minister to pour hundreds of billions of dollars of fuel on the inflationary fire that she started in the first place. And now, Canada is most at risk in the G7 for a mortgage default crisis. Liberal NDP deficits drove up inflation, drove up the bank interest rates, and now Canadians are more indebted than anyone else in the G7. Conservatives will bring down the deficit to bring down the inflation to make sure Canadians can still keep their homes. Our leader, Pierre Poilievre, the future Prime Minister of Canada, also introduced his new bill. Build more homes, not bureaucracy. We're going to incentivize municipalities to build more homes, get rid of the GST for purpose-built housing, and make sure that we get more supply into the country. Finance Committee kicked off once again this week as well. Take a look at some of this incredible testimony by some of the witnesses.
We're starting to see a steep drop-off in investment in new housing, which is partly a function of higher rates. And so the concern is that the other side of this kind of housing demand trough is we may be facing a severe supply crunch, and we may very quickly revert back to kind of the supply crises that we've had in the past. And so we're currently in a trough. We may very well be heading for a severely stressed market going forward.
If we start threatening companies, it doesn't matter what the motive or the reason is. Person can have the best motives of all, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And my point being, all we're doing is putting a target on us, saying foreign capital or FDI, foreign direct investment, around the world, or domestic capital. We're not very friendly to you. So they're saying, we're putting a target saying, don't invest here. The United States is much more friendly. Europe's more friendly. Go there, don't come here. That's the last message on earth that we want to send to investment, because investment's mobile. We cannot compel investors with money to invest in Canada. They have choices.
Conservatives will keep fighting to restore common sense of the common people back here in Ottawa. Let's bring it home.